Hey, what's up, guys? It's Hayden.
Hey, and I'm Emma. We are back talking about The Mandalorian Season 2. Episode 4 dropped this week. It was called The Siege. Another very action-packed episode. Another episode with a whole lot thrown in.
Oh, yeah. Pack a lot in.
They do. Yes, actually, that was something I've been wanting to mention is we kind of thought this season might have had some hour-long episodes after that first episode was just close to that hour. But unfortunately, it's dropped back to 30, 40 minute long. But that's okay. We are loving it more and more all the time. And yes, boy, did a lot happen this week.
Oh, yes. A lot of action and a big revelation that kind of touches on a plot point from season 1. So, yes, very interesting.
Yes. So in saying that, this is your spoiler warning. We are talking about spoilers today. So if you haven't seen the episode yet, stop watching now.
Yeah.
Go and watch the episode and come back and let us know what you thought. But we are jumping into spoilers right now.
Yeah, so I think everyone thought that we were going off to find Ahsoka. I think that's where everyone thought this episode was going to go. But no, we need to stop for some more repairs because the Mon Calamari are apparently not the greatest ship repairers in the galaxy.
Apparently not.
Just, put some netting and some rope on the Razor Crest and like, hey, she'll be right, mate. She'll be right. So we're actually going back to Nevarro. Not only so they can get some more ship repairs, but also to reunite with Cara Dune and Greef Karga. So Cara Dune is actually the Marshal of Nevarro now. We get a nice little scene with her right at the beginning, taking out some bandits.
Yep.
A nice little ferret creature.
Yes, very cute.
New product line coming from Disney apparently.
Yes, surely we'll be seeing that ferret in our stores very soon. Probably not this Christmas, but next Christmas.
Absolutely.
He'll be filling everyone's stockings.
Yeah, so we learned that about Cara Dune. Greef Karga is, helping her along the way. They're helping to build Nevarro back up. They've got like a schooling system. They want to make it like this nice little hub. But the Imperials are kind of getting in the way. There's this Imperial base on like the outskirts of town that's kind of hindering like the trading between Nevarro and some of the other planets and systems. So we've got another side mission. Mando and the crew need to take out this Imperial base to kind of open up those trade routes. So they dump the child off at this school. Mm-hmm. He's off to school for the day.
Which he didn't look very thrilled about.
No, but he got some nice blue macaroons, so yeah, I think he'll be right. He did. He used his force powers for mischief once again.
Yes, very naughty boy.
Yeah, but they go on this mission, and along for the ride is, I forget his name, he's the blue guy from the pilot episode.
Yes, he had a bounty on his head. So,
but Greef Karga, he's cleared that bounty as long as he works for him and pays off his debt to Greef Karga. So he's working for him now, does his books and all and whatnot. So he's along for the ride. He's, a little bit of the comic relief of this episode.
He was quite funny.
So they all go to this Imperial base. They break in. I think the first kind of half of this whole scene, they're kind of just creeping around, trying to be stealth-like. They come up to this control panel, which is very reminiscent to the control panel from A New Hope.
Yes.
Where they turn off, I think it's the tractor beams. Obi-Wan turns off the tractor beams. And a nice little call out to that where he goes, there's no handrails. They got like this control panel, it's like there's no handrails. And I think that's like a callback to A New Hope, because I don't think they had handrails on New Hope either.
Safety's not a priority there, apparently.
No, Imperials, not safety conscious whatsoever. So they turn off this thing. I think it's something to stop the lava and this volcano from erupting and this base to kind of overheat. Something similar to that. So they turn that off and then the whole place just starts to kind of overheat and it's pretty much in self-destruct mode. It's about to blow up. So we're on a bit of a timer now and they're rushing out. And they encounter these two officers in this control room. They get into a bit of a shootout, but an interesting thing happens. They try to destroy this control panel.
Yeah.
So they're trying to hide something, which is really interesting. So they take out these two officers and they make their way in and they notice something in a test tube. And we don't really get a good look at it, but it's got a lot of people talking, a lot of people speculating. Mm-hmm. Is that Snoke?
That's the talk of the town.
That's the talk of the town, because not only that, we also get this holographic message from the lab guy from last season.
Yes.
Who was working with what's his face, who kidnapped the child, and he was experimenting on the child back in season 1.
We're doing really well today.
We're doing great today. It was a year ago. How do you expect me to remember that? So here's a holographic message from him, and it kind of explains, why the Empire is so interested in the child, and what they're planning to do with his DNA. And it looks like they're doing this whole cloning thing. So they're taking his DNA, his midichlorians, his M count, and they're injecting it into like these other beings, these clones or something, whatever they are, to create, I guess, these Force-sensitive beings. And that's, again, what's got everyone talking. Is that thing in the test tube, is that Snoke? Is that a reference to the sequel trilogy?
I don't know.
Yeah, I hope they clear that up, but you know what? I'm not sure if I want this storyline to focus on that. I kind of like that the Mandalorian is a side story, right? I don't know if I'd like it if it goes fully into like this, the sequel universe, we'll call it.
That's fair.
Or the movie universe. So I don't mind them referencing it. I don't know if I want them to focus on it.
To dive right
so,
in.
Yeah, so that'll be interesting what they do with that. But we're still in this timer, this place is still about to explode.
It's about to blow.
Yeah, so Mando is like, well, shit, I got to get back to the child because the Imperials are still after him, He now knows why they're after him. So he flies off back to the town. Meanwhile, Cara Dune and Greef Karga have to escape. So they make their way out. They get into a shootout with some stormtroopers. They commandeer this Imperial vehicle, and this chase ensues. So you got this Imperial vehicle. It seems like a troop transport or something similar, with some speeder bikes. The Imperials, the stormtroopers, they jump on their speeder bikes, and there's like this cool chase through the canyons. Greef Karga's, does a pretty good job of taking out the bikes, but then these TIE fighters rock up, and he's not a great shot with these cannons. Let's put it that way. I'm not sure whether it's just, I don't know, programmed into the Imperial targeting systems. Maybe that's why they're such a terrible shot. But he's having a hard time hitting these TIE fighters. But they're rushing to Nevarro. We're not sure if they're going to make it, but next minute, Mando comes in with the Razor Crest, takes out these TIE fighters, saves the day. Baby he's in the passenger seat going, whoa! He's like on a roller coaster. He's loving it. Having a great time.
So cute.
Very cute.
I don't know how they managed to keep making this child cuter and cuter every episode. It just, I can't deal.
And he pukes because he's had too many macaroons, so he pukes all over
I
his...
called it before, as soon as I saw him going, wow, I'm like, he's going to puke. We're going to be seeing blue vomit any second. And as it turns out, there it is. Yeah. Mando's in the back like,
jeez. So yeah, once again, his father skills are having to come in just as much as his piloting skills.
Yes.
So yeah, he saves the day. He says goodbye to Cara Dune and Greef Karga. He's off to, we think, finally go find Ahsoka. His ship's repaired now. Finally. But there's a tracking device on the Razor Crest.
There is.
Yeah, a character that was meant to fix the Razor Crest early on. I mean, you could tell early on he was a bit shifty. He was looking a little bit shifty.
Yes.
Yeah, they actually put this tracking device on the Razor Crest, and word goes to the Imperials that the tracking device is on. We know where he's going, and then
that the child is with him.
Moff Gideon makes another appearance.
Yes.
And as well as some interesting figures. And again, there's some talk about what these figures might be as well. There's some people calling them, I think they're called the Dark Troopers, which is like an extended universe thing. They are, I guess, like elite level kind of stormtroopers. So again, another kind of little talking point from this episode. So it'll be really interesting to see if they come into play and what happens there. So I think this episode, while again, it felt like a side adventure, set up a lot of things. And I think... touched on, again, a major plot point from season 1.
Yes. Which I think they were needing to do. We're like the halfway point.
Yeah, I almost forgot about that.
Yeah.
I almost forgot about that. And then they brought it back. I'm like, of course. Yeah.
So yeah, so much happened in this. And yeah, it's gonna be interesting how the next episode takes off, because this tracking device is on them, and they're gonna be catching up soon.
Yeah. And Boba Fett's still in the wing, so he's going to come into play even. Oh man, there's so much happening.
There is so much, and that's the thing I've been feeling with this season, especially. Like I know they did it with the last season a bit too, but I felt even more so this season. Every episode, something new seems to be introduced.
They're setting it up. They're setting up something else and something else.
But we're not really going back to anything yet. We're just, okay, here's a new character. Here's a new concept. but then the next episode something else is new and we're not going back.
I think it'll be similar to season 1. I think we had the same thoughts on
Yeah.
season 1, and it was like the last 3 episodes, they kind of brought everything back.
Yes.
And kind of went back to this main storyline and wrapped it up quite nicely. And it, it does that well. It's kind of like the episodes in a way, it feels rushed. No, it doesn't feel rushed. It feels like it should be rushed because they're not leaving a lot of time to do it, but it doesn't feel rushed. It actually feels like they actually wrap it up quite nicely. So I've got all the trust in the world that they know what they're doing. I feel like, again, we might have maybe one more episode where they maybe set some more stuff up, but I don't know. I feel like we're definitely on the main storyline now. I feel like everything's kind of been set up. The ship's fixed. We're off to find Ahsoka. Yeah, maybe one more episode where he lands on this planet and he needs to, again, kind of do something for someone to actually find Ahsoka, where Ahsoka is. But I think after that, the very last few episodes, at the very least, are going to be definitely on that main storyline. You'd think.
I think the next episode we're going to be seeing some run-ins with the Imperials again because that device is on them, so they're going to have to be catching up to them. And I'm nice to see how this all plays out now.
So yeah, great episode, really action-packed. Some big revelations. A lot of things going on. Be really interesting to see where they go with this.
Yeah, let us know your predictions of what you think is going on in that lab. We couldn't really see much at all.
Is it Snoke? Do you think that's what they're doing there?
I don't know how I'd feel about that either, actually.
Yeah.
Mixed feelings on it, but let us know your predictions. And also, what do you think's going to happen when Mando finally brings the child to his destination? Do you think he's going to actually be able to let him go? Because I don't think he will be.
I think they're going to try and hit that emotional beat. I feel like they're going to have that goodbye. I think they've got to have that. But then maybe as he's about to fly off, the child kind of stows away on the Razor Crest and he's like off in the air. He's like having a bit of a cry behind his mask, and then the child comes out of nowhere and surprise!
Do you know what? That is something he would totally do. I can actually see that happening.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to be able to separate these two because they are such a dynamic duo and everyone loves watching them together.
I feel like that's where they're leading it though.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think he'll be able to do it though. I think he'll get there and he'll be like, no, he's mine.
He needs to adopt him and he needs to get him his own little Mandalorian mask with the ear holes cut out. Okay?
That would be so adorable. Yeah, get him his own little armor.
Imagine him with his own jetpack.
No, he would not be trusted with that thing. He would be very irresponsible with that. He'd be like, I'd actually love to see that. Anyway, let us know what you think's going to happen. I also really want to see more of this ferret.
Yeah.
I need that ferret in my life.
Oh, yeah. You know they're making a toy line out of the ferret. Yep.
He's totally the new merchandise coming. But we'll leave it there for this week. We are reviewing every single episode, so don't forget to tune in to our next one and let us know your thoughts on The Mandalorian Season 2 so far.
Yeah, do all that YouTube stuff as well. Slam that like button if you like this video. Hit the bell for the notifications to be alerted when our next Mandalorian review drops. Subscribe to our channel and become part of the Headspace Films community. And most importantly of all, thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye.
See ya.